we provide a set of instruction to the system or a computer through a software. So the first type is a system software, the second is an application software, and the third is a system utility. So system software is nothing but a software that is responsible for an operation of a computer system. First, they'll be releasing it as a general purpose software. Later, they'll be extending it to the larger audience. Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the fourth session of first unit, first sem, computer science. So yes, this is a first subject under your undergraduate bachelor's of computer applications. Absolutely, over here we have completed the 3 more sessions before this. I just request you to have a look of those videos as well before starting with this. Over here, my name is Deepa Kutnikar. I'm working as an assistant professor under the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So let's see what is the agenda of today's session. Yeah, before moving to agenda, let's see what are the things or the topics we have discussed in our last session, that's in session 3. So over here, we have discussed like memory, what is a memory, how the memory is being organized. Also, we did discuss like what are the different characteristics of the memory as well as the types of memories. So these are the things what we have discussed in our third session. So up next, let's see the agenda of today's session. In today's session, we'll be discussing few of the amazing facts like which is the first software that runs when you turn on your desktop or any of a system. Also, you'll be understanding like which is a very crucial software, and up next, you'll be also understanding like, yes, the apps what you use, what is it called as, like it will come under which category of software. So all these are the things what we'll be discussing over here in the session today. Let's move forward and understand like exactly what is a software. The software is nothing but a set of instructions. Now let's consider an example for the set of instructions. Like you have started with your college, and in that college you'll be having a set of rules and regulations like, yes, this is your timetable, in this has to be followed by you, and what is the time for break, what is the time for your tea break, lunch break, and what are the different classes. So in this way they'll be providing you a set of instruction, that's a set of timetable, isn't it? So yes, exactly, even here we provide a set of instruction to the system or a computer through a software. Okay, so that's what a software is called as. Up next, we got rules and regulations. But what is the need of it? Yeah, so over here, let's see the need of software. The first and very crucial need of software to make the computer hardware functional and useful. Correct, right? So we are using multiple hardwares along with a system, that's along with a CPU. So what are the different hardwares we have? We know that. But how to make it work? Exactly, right? If we have a dummy system, what's the use of it? It has to work for us. Only then we can take use of it. Correct? So yes, absolutely, over there we can say this software is responsible to make that hardware functional and operational. Okay, that's the very crucial need or the requirement of a software. That is like, yes, it makes the computer hardware useful and operational. Let's see the second requirement or the need of software. So we can say this software which forms as an interface between the human user and the hardware. So we can say this software will forms an interface between a user as well as a hardware. So now, as we got to know, like, yes, it is responsible for making the hardware operational. At the same time, it will also have a look like whether the hardware is getting used efficiently, effectively, or any hardware is just sitting without working. So all these things will be checked by our set of instructions, which is nothing but a software. We have understood the software as well as the need of software. Okay, so now let's move forward. let's understand what are the different kinds of software we have. Yes, absolutely. We have three different softwares, okay? So the first type is a system software, the second is an application software, and the third is a system utility, or we can also call it as a programming tools. Alright, so now let's see what is a system software. Up here, we can see, as the name itself says, system software. It is very useful in order to maintain the hardware and software of your complete computer system. And the examples like operating system, device drivers, etc. Up next is the application software. So this is the second type of software which is specifically designed for users to perform specific tasks, like the examples Microsoft Word, web browsers, accounting softwares, etc. So correct, right? These are specifically designed to complete our applications or our end use. So that is the second type of software, that's application software. Up next is a programming tools. So as we can see the name programming tools, we can say that this forms has a complete toolkit for a programmer. Yes, absolutely. Programming tools, it is used to write the programs, the examples like compilers, interpreters, and the code editors. So these are few types of softwares, and over here you can observe the different softwares. So yes, this is a Microsoft Windows, Linux, Word, and we have so many software, correct? So we are utilizing different kinds of software for different or specific type of applications. Now let's move forward and understand each of the type of software in a more depth way. Yeah, so let's start. Yeah, the first one, system software. Yes, now let's understand what is a system software. So system software is nothing but a software that is responsible for an operation of a computer system. So as I already told, like the name itself implies a system software, it includes complete software as well as a hardware operations. So it manages both. Now let's see what exactly is an system software. So yes, we can say it is a basic functionality to operate a computer by interacting directly with its hardware, or we can say a constituent hardware. And yes, this is termed as a system software. So it is termed as a system software. Now let's see what are the different types of system software. We have multiple system software, wherein the first one forms a operating system, and the next is a system utilities, and the third one is none other than device drivers. So I had told you in the beginning, like yes, we will be discussing about the fascinating facts regarding our system software. I had told you like which is the software that runs first when you just turn on your system or a laptop or a desktop. So yes, exactly, it's time to know that. It's none other than the operating system, which we call as a OS. So even on your mobile phones, you can see while you restart or reboot your mobile phones, the OS is the first software which will run on your system. It may be a tablet, a smartphone, or even a computer device, okay? So that's our operating systems. So now let's understand what exactly is an operating system. Now let's see how this operating system works. We can say that the operating system, it forms an interface between the user Yes, absolutely. We can say the OS or the operating system forms an interface. It forms an interface between the user as well as the system. So this is an operating system. Now we can say it is also responsible to control the complete hardware and software of the computer systems. Now next one is the system utilities. So the first is the one that looks after the complete hardware and software. And up next, we need somebody who will be responsible to configure or update as well as maintain the things, right? There's where our system utility will be coined. So we can say system utility are used to maintain as well as configure a computer system. Okay, up next, the third one is device drivers. So device drivers ensures the proper functioning of a particular device. So yes, if we consider any of the device, we need a device drivers. So yes, there's where we'll be using this device driver. So let's consider an example for this device driver. So let's believe that we need a printer. Okay, so I have a good system with me and I need to print a lot of material. So for that sake, I'll buy a printer. Now, how to connect that printer with my system? Yes, how is that? Okay, I'll buy a printer. I get to my home and I'll connect the printer, because this computer system won't has a supporting files which will be capable of handling a new printer. So yes, that's why whenever you buy a printer or a plotter, you will be getting an additional DVD or additional driver software along with that device. So initially you have to burn that device, you have to add the driver software into your system, and only then the printer will be able to do its task like printing, because it will be having its supporting files which is inserted in our OS, correct? So yes, that's where the printer will be starting printing. Yes, that's where the device drivers will be utilized. So these are the three main crucial types of system software. The first one is none other than our operating system. The second one is the system utilities, and the third one is the device drivers. So these are with respect to the system software. Now let's move forward and understand what exactly is an application software, which is a second type of our software. Yes, application software, as the name itself says, it is basically considered by a end user. Okay, application software can be termed as a software which will be used by the end users. Okay, so now we can say that it holds the specific functions, that performs specific functions for a user. So now we have two broad categories under this. The first one is a general purpose software and the second one is the customized software. So as the name itself says, general purpose software. So the apps, whatever you use, that's a free or the general purpose apps. The general purpose software is nothing but it is a software which is developed for generic applications. So once this generic application goes well, then this general purpose softwares will be having a plan. First, they'll be releasing it as a general purpose software. Later, they'll be extending it to the larger audience. Okay, so that is with respect to general purpose software, which is one of the application software. The second one is a customized software. So customized software, as the name itself says, we are specifying our requirement and then building a software for the end applications or the end users. So that's why it is called as customized software. Okay, we can say that it is developed to meet the requirements of a specific organization or an individual. So these are the customized software. So over here, you can see here are multiple general purpose softwares, which are like Word Online, Gmail Offline, Google Documents, Drive and all. Yes, so this is all about the application software. Up next, the third type of software is none other than our utility software. So let's understand what is this utility software. So we can see it refers to a class of system software. Yes, exactly. It is a type of system software which is used to analyze, configure, maintain, also used for optimizing a computer. So that's where we'll be using this utility software. Now let's see what is the function of this utility software. So by using this utility software, or we can say the utility software provides the support for operating system and it enhances the functioning as well as the performance of the computer systems. So we can see here the performance, the functioning and performance of a computer system. So these are the basic functionalities of a utility software. Up next, let's understand what are the roles of this utility software. So yes, over here the roles and importance. The first role is they are responsible for managing the hardware resources, software resources, as well as providing security to the system. So yes, absolutely. You can also consider it provides a system security very efficiently. So that is one of the crucial role of our system utilities. Now, with respect to the hardware perspective, we can say the system utility forms an interface between the user and the hardware components. So this is a second role of our utility software. Moving ahead, let's understand what are the characters of the utility software. The first character is it operates with the system level operations. System level operations, it means this system utilities works parallelly along with the OS. Okay, so that's why we can call it as a system level operations. Up next is the optimization as well as a maintenance. Absolutely right. Wherever we have a system, it has to be optimized and it has to be maintained. Only then we can consider our system for a long time, isn't it? So yes, absolutely. So over here, by using system utilities, we can say that it is not directly aiming at the productive work, but it aims in the smooth as well as the efficient operation of a system. The next character is usually it is OS integrated, or we can say it has a standalone. We can say many of the systems will be having a predefined set of softwares which will be including or supports. Rest, if anything is required other than that, you can install it. Okay, so that is nothing but our standalone character of system utilities. So this is all about the software and the types of software. Up next, in the next session, we'll be discussing about the computer languages, like what are the different computer languages that a computer can understand and the types of the languages as well as the machine level language. So these are the things which we discuss in our upcoming session, that's in session 5. That's it for today's session. Thank you.